Joining us now is Shaitan Atigan with stories trending around the world. Hello, Shaitan.
Good morning, Doctor. Morning. It's always a pleasure to see you.
What do you have today?
Adesuwa, good morning. Shefai, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Shaita. How are you?
I'm good. Let's kick off what's trending. Africa's largest cement producer, Dangote Cement PLC, has bagged a AA plus NG and A1 plus NG ratings from Global Credit Ratings. GCR, in its notice, affirmed the long-term and short-term national scale of both issuer ratings assigned to Dangote Cement, as well as with the outlook accorded to be stable. The cement firm's 100 billion naira series of one fixed rate bond has also been assigned a AA plus rating. This signifies that the Dangote Cement credit profile and liquidity is strong with low risk of default. Now, this is very, I kind of had to do a bit of research to even understand what that means. But, to just see Dangote Cement PLC, of course, ascending these kinds of roles, just it puts me in awe, especially from the kind of conversation we had yesterday and coming into today. Just shows that no matter what, at the end of the day, business is moving.
Well, it's congratulations to them. It does mean that despite the challenges of COVID-19, they stand tall. Their credit ratings is fine. They can, investors can come in. Their money is safe. They'll get their returns, which is fantastic. It is hard, really, not to be impressed with the brand Dangote. It's a brand. It's a household name. It's a brand that has stood the test of time, continues to stand. And I said it before in another forum that I think that the man Aliko Dangote needs to be studied as a course in universities. I mean, we've seen a man who has spanned through the years, despite this challenge. You can say anything you like about the man Dangote, but he's a smart businessman. Yes. As a hardworking businessman. You can't take that away from him. We've seen where celebrities are being studied in universities across the world. Yeah. And I think that it is something we can do. Let young Nigerians who aspire to be another Dangote, have real life experiences being taught to, handle real life situations. We have the professor who was talking about curriculum in our universities, being irrelevant to real life situations. And I think that this is something we can learn from the individual Dangote. Such courses should focus on his, secrets of working hard and working smart, like I said, his impact, his entrepreneurial success. I know that the Dangote Foundation offers scholarships. I know that he does mentoring, but I think that we can do a bit more with the man Aliko Dangote. And I celebrate him. I mean, he's done well for himself. Say whatever you like about him. He's smart. He's hardworking.
Yeah. Doctor?
Well, yes. I express the same sentiments, congratulating the Dangote Cement Group. This is a triumph of entrepreneurship. All the global credit ratings for that company in the year 2020, AA+, A1+, and even the bond issuance in 2020 was AA+. And that was the largest bond issuance in the whole of Africa in the year 2020, in the year of COVID, and yet it was heavily oversubscribed. That in itself is an expression of confidence in the business. It means that this is a business that is offering shareholder value along the value chain. It means that this is a business that is strong, that has strong financial liquidity, and that has been able to build trust and confidence in terms of shareholder value. And that this particular company, Dangote Cement, is associated with Nigeria is something that we too can be proud of. By the way, Dangote Cement is the largest cement company in the whole of Africa, capable of producing up to about 46.3 million metric tons of cement on a daily basis. And they operate in 9 countries, including Ethiopia, Zambia, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Nigeria. And the Obajana cement factory that is situated here in Nigeria is the largest cement factory in the whole of Africa. Now look at that in terms of value added, the number of jobs that are created, the amount of opportunities that are offered for investment. And to think that this is a product of one man, the vision of one individual who started as a retailer, but has moved from retail trade to industrialization. It's not just about cement. Dangote's personal appetite for risk is something that is commendable, and the contribution not just to the Nigerian economy, but also to the African economy is something that is really worthy of commendation. Beyond that, of course, is philanthropy. The manner in which he continues to give back to society in different aspects, particularly education, particularly philanthropy, and look at what the kind of leadership that he provided for the private sector in terms of Nigeria's response and Africa's response to the COVID challenge. I mean, the story you have brought today, like that of yesterday, defines more the essence of Dangote as an individual, as an investor, as an entrepreneur, and as a patriot, a Nigerian patriot, and as an African icon.
All right, then, Rufai, we're going to take the next story, and I will start with you. Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, has condemned the attack by gunmen in the Orlu area of the state, which led to the killing and maiming of innocent citizens on Monday. Several residents were shot dead in Orlu local government area following a clash between officers of the Nigerian Army and the operatives of the Eastern Security Network, a group being identified with the activities of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. Governor Uzodinma has ordered security agencies to fish out the perpetrators and bring them to book. Let's take a look.
Received a very disturbing report on the activities of a group of militants who unleashed a shooting spree in the Orlu area of the state as an interim measure to immediately restore the peace in Orlu zone. Security agencies have been deployed to the area for a 24-hour patrol, and the dusk to dawn curfew has been imposed.
Rufai, let's start with you. What are your thoughts about this?
I mean, quite very sad one there because of the loss of life and a lot of properties that were lost in that area. But we shouldn't build a country where there's a room for constant loss of life, and that's why the clarion call this morning will go back to the leadership. How can we stem all of this in the tide? Because it's as if there's pockets of fire everywhere in the country we're trying to quench, from the southwest to the southeast now to the north. There are just pockets of fire all over the country. This one is very sad. People's properties were damaged. Yeah, it was a reprisal by the military. You have all sorts going on in the country. And I just want to make a clarion call for peace today. Let us temper all of this down. And leadership should hold sway. Not necessarily, yes, with force every time, but also with dialogue, with development. Because you see, the reason why we have the broken structure we have is because of the lack of development pervasive across. And that's what will lead to agitation. And that agitation will only fester and grow. How do you solve the problem? You solve the problem by bringing development, by bringing a society where people find things to do, and from there they can grow. I keep quoting Hernando de Soto every time in this. While the civil war in Peru raged on, the rebels had security. The people shielded the rebels. But once the government gave access to property right for the people, and the people started to grow and they had, financial strength, all of a sudden they saw the rebels as bad people and they gave them up to government. So economic empowerment goes a long way. I want a day where Nigeria will be economically empowered. If the economy is good, we read out poverty to a large extent, we're going to have peace and security to a large extent. So that's what we should think about.
Thank you, Rufai. That's a good place to end it.